I grew up in South Baltimore, which is not very far from downtown. And my first introduction into civil rights came mainly because of a recreation leader named Mr. Jim Smith. Mr. Smith, we played in a playground where we had a wading pool that was about 2 feet deep. And I guess it was about maybe 20 by 20. And the kids in the summertime had to literally wait for an hour or two because there were so many kids trying to get in this wading pool. Jim Smith down there at the South Baltimore playground said one day to us, I was only 8 years old, that there was a Olympic-sized pool about 7 blocks away from where we were in Riverside. And Riverside was an all-white neighborhood. And for 7 days in a row, Jim Smith led us to try to integrate that pool. As a matter of fact, adults took bottles and sticks and threw them at us. We were just little kids. I didn't fully understand it then, but I did understand justice from the standpoint that I was that in my neighborhood, which was all black, there was a little tiny pool, and I did understand that in a white neighborhood, there was an Olympic-sized pool. And so after 7 days, we were able to integrate the pool. But when you talk about this whole idea of people having the force of ethics, Jim Smith did that for us. And you know, the amazing thing is a lot of times when we're going through those difficult tasks like Jim Smith, and you can bet your bottom dollar that he was called everything but a child of God by the white community. But it's so interesting that I just gave a speech a few days ago and told that story. And a white lady came up to me literally in tears and said, my parents were some of the folks who threw the sticks and bottles at you. And I've just come here to ask you for your forgiveness. And so it was a very touching moment for me. And so it's just so interesting. But then I think about all the people who over the years have been deprived of those opportunities, who are now dead, or unable to enjoy, would have been unable to enjoy them. And so, you know, I feel that that was my first introduction into civil rights, and it came because of a fellow named Jim Smith.